Mic checker, chicka. It's not some, baby. Yeah, a one time, baby. What for your mind, baby? Yeah, we gon' shine, baby. And what we do, we gon' grind, baby. Yeah, what? And this is another episode, so Swingers After Dark. And this is your host, not some, baby. Here we go. What's good, family? What's good? You know, a few episodes ago, I talked about marking your territory. You know, you bring your date, whether it's your girlfriend, your wife, the mistress, the side piece, the homegirl, the fuck buddy, or whatever the case may be. You know, I talked about making sure that your date feels safe and secure and feels like that she matters in your universe amidst the ass and titties. You know, because when a woman feels neglected and abandoned, that mental anguish becomes physical. You know, she becomes distressed, stressed, depressed, low key. You know, she's like pissed off. And she gets into a rage and becomes this chick that you can't even recognize because she may have abandonment issues. And because you're leaving her alone to fuck this chick, to fuck that chick, to mix and mingle without bringing her into your circle, she becomes resentful of you and she starts disrespecting you, whether overtly or covertly, whether on the low or just outright disrespectful. Fuck you, you son of a bitch. Calling you all types of names, you know? And I talked about marking your territory to make your presence felt. So people could know that she's with you. They don't even have to know that you're fucking this chick. They just know that she's with you. They don't know your situation, your relationship. They just know that they have to respect her by any means necessary, or consequences are gonna follow if they don't act accordingly. And that's what being an alpha male is about: marking your territory, making sure that your date at a swing party, an LS party, LS meaning lifestyle, or even a fuck party, that your date feels safe and secure. You're protecting her. You understand me? And they have to respect your boundaries because they know that she's with you. You feel me? Now, the flip side of that, I'm going to talk about the other side of the motherfucking coin. Now, while you mark your territory, don't be overwhelming to the point where you're a bugaboo. Like to the point where you acting like a parent than a friend. Like your date doesn't need to feel like she's under parental guidance just because you're with her, you know? And you can overstep your boundaries. Like if she's feeling this dude, this other dude, she's talking to this other dude who she may have eyes for at a party, at an event. You know, they vibing, you know, chilling, getting to know each other, shooting the breeze, whatever the case may be. It's like, don't go up to her and like block her flow, you know, because you feel a way about it. You getting emotional about it because she's interested in somebody other than you. And that's what I say, you know, before you get into the swing lifestyle, before you step into the swing lifestyle, make sure that you're wired to see your date. She don't even have to be a fuck buddy. She could just be a homegirl. You have to be wired to see a woman who comes with you to a party. You got to make sure that you're comfortable with seeing her talk to another man. And if you're not comfortable with that, then the lifestyle is not for you. And then you become a cop blocker because you want her to yourself. You understand me? Like physically, you're in the party. You're in the swing lifestyle. Physically, you're at the party. But mentally, you're still vanilla. Mentally, you're still monogamous. Mentally, you're a traditionalist. And vanilla and swing lifestyle vernacular means you're a civilian. You're not in the lifestyle. That's what being vanilla is about. So when we say, oh, she's vanilla, he's vanilla, that means that that person is not in the lifestyle. You feel me? And you know, yes, I talked about marking your territory. I talked about making your presence felt, making your presence known. But at the same time, You know, you don't want to get to the point where she gets tired of you. You fucking up her action. She may try to get some dick at the end of the night. You feel me? She may try to get some dick. But it's like, let her do her. She's there for a reason. She may tell you that she doesn't want to go to a party to fuck, to have sex, but it may be a tiny window that's open for her to get down, for her to get her shit off. And you have to put that in your mind. Just because somebody tells you something, that doesn't mean that they're going to refuse to indulge, especially at a swing party, especially when the environment calls for having sex, for fucking. You understand me? Like, somebody could tell you anything nowadays, and then you take it for face value. And then when that person reneges and contradicts what they had told you earlier, you get upset. And I get it. I understand. Because your word got to be your bond. And that's why when you go to a swing party, whether it's your fuck buddy or your homegirl, she could be just a friend. Make sure that you have your rules in order and there's an open line of communication. So you wouldn't feel away when she does indulge in the fuckery and the debauchery and the shenanigans. You know, she may want to get her pussy licked, her titties sucked. She may want to get fucked silly. She may like something that she sees at a swing party. She could tell you that, yo, I'm not fucking tonight, but hey, when the liquor kicks in, when the music is flowing and she gets it in her bag, when she gets in her bag, she may want to be bagged. You feel me? So that's why you have to be built for the lifestyle. It's not for the weak-hearted. It's not for the meek. The meek do not inherit the earth when you're in the lifestyle, when you're in the swing lifestyle. No, sirree, you got to be strong, baby. Only the strong survive. You don't want to be that dude who's crying up a storm because your date is fucking somebody else. She may not want to fuck you. Like, your date may be that chick that you grew up with this chick for years, and secretly you wanted to fuck this chick's brains out. But because you're friends, the both of you are friends, you put those thoughts in a back burner. So then you bring her to a swing party and she sees somebody else that she want to fuck, and now you feel away and you want to get in between her actions, want to cut in her conversation, or when she's about to get some dick, you want to step in. You want to crash the party. You want to go in the room or in the playroom. Y'all might have booked a hotel room, or y'all might have gone to a hotel party, and she decides to bring somebody else, a play partner, to one of the open playrooms. You feel a way about that. And you want to cop block. You want to say, nah, she's not fucking tonight. Like, you blatantly cop blocking, yo. You blatantly violating. You fucking up the bro code. You understand me? Because you brought this chick to the party for a reason. And if you know that you're not built for the lifestyle, your ass should not be there to begin with. You feel me? And that's why I don't understand these dudes. You know, a lot of dudes, they have these grandiose ideas about the swing lifestyle, about the fucking, the partying, the drinking. But it's easy to be a soldier when there's no war. And I say that to say, you know, it's easy to have these illusions about the lifestyle, these fantasies, these desires, but the game changes when you see your loved one getting fucked. Like I said, she could be a wife, a girlfriend, a mistress, a side piece, a fuck buddy, or a homegirl, y'all in a platonic relationship, but still, you cannot stand to see this woman getting pleasured by another man. Especially when dude is dicking her down right. It's like, you like, damn. Why didn't she react like that when I was with her? Or why she's giving him the pussy and not me? You feel a way about that. And the lifestyle, there's no country for cop blockers. No. You brought her to the party for a fucking reason. If you do not want to see her getting fucked at a swing party, at a lifestyle party, at a fuck party, then do not bring her to the fucking party. Simple as that. If you cannot stomach that, don't bring her to the party. If you cannot fathom that, don't bring her to the party. If you're not the type, you know, to take one for the team, If you're the type that you want to fuck everything moving, but you don't want her to fuck who she wants to fuck, then you should not be in a swing lifestyle. And that's where the flip side of marking your territory comes in. Yes, a woman feels appreciated when she's safe and secure and protected in your presence. But at the same time, it's like, don't fuck up her action. Don't fuck up her flow, especially when it's consensual. When she's consenting to the conversation that she's having with a dude who's not you. Like, if she's not consenting to the conversation, if she doesn't want to be bothered with this asshole, then of course, you have to step in. You have to tell him, yo, bruh, you know, she's good. Like, that's when you got to step in. When you know that she's annoyed by this thirsty motherfucker that she wants no parts of. That's when you have to step in and lay your pimp hand down. I'm not saying that you got to slap him, but I'm metaphorically speaking, proverbially speaking, you know, because I do not advocate violence. Like, I advocate diplomacy first. But sometimes motherfuckers don't get the point, and some people respect violence to the point where you really got to slap the shit out of this dude. But enough of the physical shit. Enough of the violence, because the world is already fucked up as it is. But what I'm saying is, like, just step in. Just say, yo, bruh, she's good. And then just, you know, walk away from the situation before it escalates. You know, you can be polite about it. Say, bruh, you know, she's with me. You know, she doesn't want to play. Simple as that. You could be a gentleman about it. Don't, like, be boisterous. It's like, don't try to put your manhood on your sleeve. Don't try to, like, out manhood somebody because you may feel insecure about yourself. Just be a gentleman about it. And a lot of dudes, for the most part, they understand that approach because they'll do the same thing if the shoe was on the other foot. But you don't have to say, motherfucker, yo, she said no, motherfucker, she don't want to talk to you, pussy ass bitch. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to go hostile. It's like, now you're doing too much. Just be a gentleman about it. And if he gets irate, just walk away. Because you don't want to fuck up the party. Like, I know your ego wants him, you know, I know your ego wants you, rather. Your ego wants you to fuck him up, stab him, shoot him, whatever the case may be. But you got to remember, you got to put things in its proper context and perspective. You know, in the midst of you protecting your date, you do not want to fuck up the party. You do not want to fuck up the groove of the party because you're too egotistical to not walk away from a situation that may cause you to, you know, may cause you to slap the shit out of somebody. You feel me? But, you know, and I don't, like I said, I don't advocate violence, even though sometimes you got to knock somebody in their motherfucking mouth to get your point across. But 99.999% of the time, dudes, you know, they're compliant. You know, they're very respectful in a swing lifestyle. And also depends on the parties you go to. That's why you have to scout the clientele, the patrons that a particular lifestyle group attracts. You know, you got to be mindful of that. But that's a whole nother episode. So to, you know, drive this podcast home, you know, yeah, I get it. You know, she may be like a baby sister of yours, but you don't want to be like Tony Montana, you know, cop blocking Gina's actions. Like, if you saw the movie Scarface, you know that Tony Montana, the main character of the movie, like, he was overwhelming. Like, he didn't allow Gina to date. He didn't allow Gina to marry, you know, his homeboy. Like, Tony was so obsessed with having his baby sister to himself that he killed his homeboy. In the movie, yes, I'm giving a spoiler, but fuck it. The movie came out in the early 80s, and your ass should have seen it by now. But yeah, he killed his homeboy. He didn't ask, you know, what's going on. He shot first. You feel me? And you would have thought that Tony would want his homeboy to marry his sister because he knows him. They know of each other. They have familiarity of each other. But because he was so overprotective of his sister, he could not see that he was taking away her life. She didn't have a life around Tony because he was so domineering. He was so controlling. And she resented him because of that. To the point where she damn near killed him at the end of the movie. The movie Scarface, like, she was so pissed off at him that she started shooting at him because she thought that her brother had a sexual attraction to her because he was so domineering and he was so controlling that she was like, okay, since because I can't have a life, you might be on some incest shit because you don't want to see me with another man. And like I said earlier in this podcast, that mental anguish becomes physical. And like I said, how you could abandon somebody that could negatively affect them. You know, being overwhelming could affect them as well. It's like one end of the spectrum. You know, that's why you got to do things in moderation. You know, like you don't have to rule with an iron fist. Do things in moderation because too much of anything is bad for you, even though if it feels good. So do things in moderation. You don't have to abandon your date and you don't have to be overbearing, like overwhelming. You don't have to be overprotective to the point where your date is like, bruh, go on somewhere, like get some pussy, like shoo. You don't want to get it to that point. And on that note, this has been another episode of Swingers After Dark, and this is your host, Not Son, baby. Check out my website at www.notsonblaze.com. That's www.nahsunblaze.com, and check out my ebook, You, Me, Us, Them, The Swinger Manifesto. It's on Nook, Kindle, iBooks, Google Play. Go get it. Shoot me an email at swingpodcast@gmail.com. That's swingpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up with any questions and concerns that you may have. Rate, share, subscribe, and comment on this podcast. You dig? And on that note, until next time, peace.